What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Just Talks. I'm Justin Neely. Co-hosting with me is my guy, Jason.
What up? Now, this is the first time on the podcast I'm doing it. I have to make a speech now. To my glorious king.
Yeah, all right. Yep, got it.
This is the day that the Devin Booker will become the all-time scoring leader for the Phoenix Suns. They go against the Trailblazers at 10 p.m., and he is 22 points away, and it's going to happen.
I'm taking the under.
Hey, he's on my fantasy team, so I got to support him.
All I'm saying is this is probably the second proudest moment that I've been alive as a Suns fan since we made it to the finals, or up 2-0 in the finals.
Yeah,
whichever one you want to take.
You better hold on to this feeling because not much coming out there.
I don't know how hard it's going to be to get people to stay in Phoenix very soon. So I don't. This record I think will be there for a very long time. I mean, there's a reason why he has the record, because all the legends we've had have left. So thank you, Devin, for staying, and I'm so proud of you. You're gonna get it done, and go Suns. There we go. That's a speech. All right. Now, first segment we have today is a recap of the game against Binghamton. The first pro I want to start here positive is actually very impressive with the turnovers. You guys had a lot of steals that game. I think it was 13 steals?
13 steals, yeah.
That's impressive. I mean, that was definitely, I think, the biggest highlight of that game. I mean, it's very hard to get 13 steals in a college basketball game.
Yeah.
So it's, on the ball defense is definitely something that, you want to dominate in. Now, the second pro I have for this game is just second half, the first 5 minutes in the second half. It seems like these last few games, you guys have been able to start off strong in the second half. And I mean, you guys shown it.
Yeah, that's been an emphasis for us. I mean, prior to, the last few games, we've been trying to put more of a focus on the first 4 minutes of the second half. Because usually that's times when you can create a little bit of separation in the game. Say, most of our games, conference time, are going to be pretty close, fairly going into halftime. So, try to extend the lead if we have it, or, make a comeback if we're down.
Now, into the cons of things. I think the biggest con here was pretty obvious, was 3-point shooting. I mean, you guys were at like 17%. I mean, it's very hard to win basketball games shooting 17% from the 3-point line. I mean, you really want, like I said, you really want like a 30s, 35 plus range. And we know this isn't a 3-point shooting team, but it's kind of one of those things where you just want one player to get hot and just have their night. And it seems like we really haven't seen that since Dartmouth. So going forward, we're definitely going to have to try to see that.
Yeah, it's definitely been a while since we had a night like that where, someone was just, letting flame in it. But yeah, 70% is hard to win games that way,
Another thing is, it seems like these last 2 games, this has been the factor, and it's been free throw line, like getting to the free throw line. I mean, they went to the free throw line. They had 21 free throws to 7. And it seems like that just reminds me completely of Neon Night. It's like, they had like 40 free throws?
Yeah, 40 shot, 42 free throws total.
So it just seems like these close games could have easily been won if you control that free throw line. And especially in conference play, when how physical things get and how the refs start changing how they call. It's very important, because I feel like if you guys can own that free throw line, it can completely change the outcome of these games.
No, absolutely. I mean, UMBC and Binghamton both did a great job, being physical and, trying to play through the paint. But yeah, that's something we got to get more aggressive on. I mean, 7 free throws and not, hitting our 3-pointers as well. That's, stuff that could help us.
A player who obviously had a great performance, Walsh, 15 for 15 points, 15 rebounds.
He's been balling all season.
Yeah.
Averaging a double-double.
Seems like he came out of nowhere this season.
Yeah, no, I mean, he's only a sophomore. I believe he was there last year, but this year, he got a big role. He played 39 minutes against us, but 15 to 15, that's a great game for him. So
my question for you here is, another close loss, struggled in the last few minutes. What do you guys have to take from that going forward?
I think we just gotta stay focused. We gotta stay locked in. I mean, for the remainder of our season, I think we're gonna be in close games, unless we just come out guns blazing.
We love that.
Yeah,
but it's hard to ask in
that.
conference play.
Yeah, it's hard to do, especially now, at this point in the season, now we're playing teams the second time around, which, they have a lot better scheme. They know your plays, they know the personnel a little bit better. They got a feel for, who's doing what. So it's definitely harder, and, the games are going to get closer and closer, but it's just focus on the details, and just trying to, you got to make winning plays.
Now, another thing I've noticed is it seems like in these conference games against UAlbany, they're going zone and they're going 2 men in the paint. And it seems like it's working for them. So how do you guys look at that, and how are you going to change your game? Because even when they're doing that, it seems like the 3 points are still not there.
Yeah, I mean, we got to adjust. I mean, teams, teams are afraid to play us man-to-man just because we have so many scoring options. And so we're going to be seeing zone a lot. I mean, Binghamton last game, they played a little bit more man, and then second half switched up to the 1-3-1. But it's going to come down to shot making. Like I said, winning plays is what it's going to come down to. But, I mean, we're going to see a lot of zone. I know Vermont's going to play sitting at 2-3 for the majority of the game.
And it's going to be 2 men in the paint as well.
If
it's
and double team
Casper,
the post.
DeMar is going to – they don't – no one wants to guard Neely one-on-one, We know what's going to happen. It's going to be the spin move, throw it up there.
Yeah, but, just staying with it, and, it's going to come down to shot making for us. So.
All right, my third star of this game is going to be Byron, 15 points, shooting 50%. Second star, I have you, Justin. Had a pretty good performance here. Like I said, I think with you, it's more of being able to get rebounds and being able to get points like as consistently as you are has been helpful. But clear one here was Casper for me. 12 points, efficient shooting. 4 steals, 2 blocks. I think by far the best defensive player on the floor.
Yeah, no, he had those 2 blocks were huge because they were back to back too. Came down, saved the play, got back in and made another one.
Oh, and shout out Bouty with his block too.
Yeah, that was
huge.
Yeah, they got the crowd pumped.
That was huge, keeping us in the game.
But no, Casper played well. Yeah, 12, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 steals, and 2 blocks. That's solid numbers for him. So he played well.
He's really been stepping up. It's great to see what he's overcome, right? And seeing his minutes just explode out of nowhere.
Absolutely.
It's awesome to see. I mean, ever since that Neon night, it seems like he's getting double minutes,
Yeah.
I mean, I think Columbia was his first home game. I think he only had about like 2 to 4 minutes, and it seems like now he's getting double digits. So it's good to see.
No, he's definitely stepping up to the plate.
I mean, you guys could definitely use a 7-footer.
Yeah,
especially
we're a little undersized in the paint, but
I mean, they're putting you at the 5 at what 6'6", 6'7".
Yeah, but I do what I got to do.
Think about that. Imagine Kobe playing in the 5.
I'll throw a few elbows. It'd be all right.
I think you're magic. I think they had you at the 1 at practice too once.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of move around. It's random.
You're the magic of you. All right, now going to the Bryant game here. I obviously think the biggest key to the game is going to be coming out strong. I mean, it's been a hard thing, I feel like, for you guys to come out strong in these games. And I mean, that's setting the tone. When you're not setting the tone for these games, it's very easy for the games to get away from you, and even at these home games, these double-digit deficits, you really have to play catch-up, and I don't think anybody ever wants to play catch-up. So I think you guys got to come out strong here. And do you think there's anything differently that's going to be able for that to happen?
I mean, like I said before, we're playing them the second time. We kind of know how they play. They're more offensively focused than they are defense. So, scoring for us isn't, it hasn't been a problem. But it's going to be guarding, and they crashed the glass at a high level. I mean, the last game, it was just, they were getting put back dunks. They pretty much capitalized every time they got offensive rebound, So second chance points is really big for them. But, it's going to come down to our one-on-one defense and, finishing possessions with rebounds. So
now the biggest thing with Brian is the big 3 here. You got Timberlake, Pinzone, and Withers. That's the biggest keys. How are you going to stop them?
Yeah.
They've been able to do what they want when they want this all season. So what do you guys bring to the table that's going to slow them down?
Yeah, I think, the main guy who hurt us last time was Pinzone. I mean, he was hitting some really difficult shots.
Mm-hmm.
Tough contested 2s, 3s, and they play with confidence. That's kind of the motto of how their team goes. Like I said, offensively focused a lot. They play with a little swagger, but, so do we. We're coming to compete and we're coming to win. We're We're not just out there. So
Well, my biggest thing with them and why I think they're so strong is because they are all three returning from last season.
Yeah, they play together and they're all older guys.
Yeah. So I think, especially in the American East, I feel like it's very important for these cores to stick together. I mean, the problem with with Albany is you have a lot of transfers coming in, and I mean, you were hurt last year, so you weren't really able to build the chemistry with Amari as if you were playing full time last year. So it kind of, you guys had to have time to figure it out, get things going when they were already figured out, a season ago. So I think that's a big advantage they have. So I'm hoping as it goes down the stretch that you'll be able to catch up as the team catches up and everything like that. Like Zane said on, I think the last podcast, it's hard to beat a team twice. Taking that into that game, what makes you guys think you're going to be able to do it?
We know them better. I mean, I've said, they're gonna come after us. They're gonna attack the glass, try to get second chance points, be physical. But we just got to respond, and it's a big game for us. We got two big ones with them, and then Vermont following at home. So this is a really big week for us.
Well, when I look at it, we saw with Binghamton on the bad side of it. It just seems like when you lose that first game, there's like that hunger, to win that second. So I feel like that has to fuel you guys as well for that matchup. Even though it's at Bryant, they beat you guys double digits. And the unfortunate thing is, I don't know if you're aware, the media room is at the away locker room. So I heard everything that went on with the Bryant Bulldogs, and they looked at you guys as a complete joke. So I think that is a very big advantage for you guys because you're going to be, you get them flat-footed. They think it's going to be a walk in the park, and then you guys can show them what you guys are really about.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of how they run. Disrespect. Definitely disrespecting us with that one, but we just got to show up and play, make winning plays every time, hit shots, and do what we got to do.
Luka Doncic is traded from the Mavericks to the Los Angeles Lakers.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
What I will say is, it just seems like the Lakers will always be spoiled for the rest of the franchise history. They never have to go through what me as a Suns fan has went through his whole life and will probably go through for the rest of his life. And they do it.
You think Luka's gonna stay there?
Why not?
I don't know.
Well, put it this way: Luka wanted to stay in Dallas.
Right. I mean, they just went to the finals.
Yeah.
I mean, they had.
So you think the Lakers are gonna struggle once Bron's gone?
Yeah. I mean, I think LeBron has like another year.
I don't know. I think the Lakers are gonna do something, cash out, like 5 first.
Nah, Bron needs his farewell tour.
You think it's LA and done?
Yeah.
You don't think it goes back to Cleveland, back to Miami?
Maybe. That's like with Cleveland's. I don't.
I could see him going back to Cleveland just for the reason of being able to retire a Cavalier, or what they'll probably end up doing is a 1-day contract, and then retires. But I don't think he's going to retire as a Laker. I really don't. I think he's going to retire as either a 1-day on the Cavs. But how cool would it be when you're at the Cavs?
Yeah, that'd be interesting with the squad they have now.
If he goes back to the Cavs and wins a championship, that would be the coolest thing as a basketball fan ever. And they're stacked.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're I think first place in the East right now. So it's like,
I mean, put it this way: if they don't win a championship the next 2 years,
that's it.
Well, I'm just saying, I think they'll definitely go for Bron, give him whatever they can, whatever they can, and get the last. Because I mean, Bron
last hurrah.
Well, I mean, Bron could be the person to put him over the edge if they're struggling. For 2 years. I mean, it looks like Bron's not slowing down. So
no, not at all.
He's gonna go out on top. So might as well. I mean, if he's available and wants to go to your place, and you're playing for a championship, I don't know how you say no to that. That's how, especially with the front court they have. I think Bron would fit that team perfectly. Yeah. But that's all hypothetical. I mean, there's nothing to that.
We're putting it out there.
Yeah.
But you like Anthony Davis with the Mavericks?
Well, that's my biggest problem, right? Because what was the point of the deadline last year? It seemed like the point was that they were going to do something similar to the Warriors, what their strategy was, which when they had Steph, who's obviously a lackluster defender, but they had Draymond Green, and they picked up other pieces to fill the defensive roles for him, good enough to win the championship, and win multiple. So I thought that's what they did when they got Daniel Gafford. I thought he was like a role player that was going to be good. And I mean, if you looked at them last year, they were a very good defensive team.
Right.
Luka himself wasn't, but the rest of the team played very well defensively. So, and you just went to the finals. I mean, it's that simple. It's very hard to go to the finals, and it's very hard to replicate what you had.
Absolutely.
You don't want to touch what worked. And I mean, put it this way: this puts so much pressure on Kyrie Irving.
Oh yeah, because he has to do more now.
I mean, this is not the same Clay as we know.
No.
And they have no other scorers. It's just Kyrie.
Well, I think Anthony Davis can score the ball.
But I think the point I'm trying to make here is you took out Luka.
Right.
So it's his offense.
30-point scorer.
But his 80's offense isn't going to outscore Luka. So it's going to be negative, whatever the difference is.
But I mean, he adds more defense to the
But they didn't need that, I felt. I felt like everybody, it was Luka and Kyrie, and let's say maybe some nights Clay will go off.
Right.
But everybody else are defenders.
Right.
Their big men are defending big men. They're not offensive big men. So that's why I thought that they didn't need more defense. I mean, like I said, they were one of the best defensive teams last season. Like I said, Luke himself was, but the rest of the team did very well. So I don't think defense was a problem. I mean, it just seems like they were, I don't know what it seems. This GM is nuts. I mean, he let Jalen Brunson walk. He was involved in the Nike deal when it was pitched to Curry, and obviously we know how that went. And then now with Luka, it just, and his excuse about the conditioning, it just doesn't make sense, because who cares if he's putting up 30 a night?
Right.
It's like, I don't understand. I know he's overweight and he should lose weight, but he's still performing like an all-star.
At a high level, yeah.
So I don't understand why it was that big of an issue. And I mean, talk about conditioning. AD can't stay healthy. I mean, he's staying healthy this year, but there's a lot of seasons, he's obviously
in and out.
So I don't know what, it's not like AD is the healthiest player in the world. So I don't know why that was the number one factor. And two, AD has no loyalty to Dallas, as we know.
Yeah.
Because he just got there.
Yeah.
But Luka, wanted to stay in Dallas. So when you have a player like Luka that you drafted that wants to stay with the city, why would you ever let him go? It's like, it doesn't make any sense to me, because it's very hard for that to happen. It's very hard for you to find someone like Luka and them want to stay and never have a thought of wanting to leave.
Right. Right.
And I think that's I think they're going to see how that's going to plan out, because I mean, now they just cut their window to 3 years? And they got nothing for him. See, my problem is I don't know why they didn't say he was available, because clearly they would have got a better offer.
Yeah, I mean, the deal was made between GMs. It didn't even involve Jason Kidd. It was just, I don't know. It was a shocker.
But I don't know why they didn't explore other options. They definitely, I mean, look what the Suns gave up for KD. And remember, KD requested to go to the Suns. So the Nets did not have much leverage, and they still got 3 firsts, Cameron Johnson and Mikal Bridges. And then you're telling me Luka, nobody knows he wants to go, and you're getting,
yeah.
Well, you're giving up AD, who I'm sure the Lakers were very happy to get rid of, because it's not good. He's not going to do anything for the future, and a couple picks. I mean, yeah, this is definitely something. I'm sure Mark Cuban's very excited he sold the team. All right. Now, the next trade we're talking about here is the De'Aaron Fox trade. This one was very interesting because I don't know. I didn't think Fox would have moved. It seemed like Sacramento was his city.
Yeah, I felt like Sacramento was the right place for De'Aaron Fox. I mean, I like him with Wemby and CP3. I think that's going to be an interesting squad, but I think his best shot to get a title is with Sacramento.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think this Spurs team's gonna.
You don't want CP3 getting 40 minutes a game, because he's gonna gas out.
Yeah, wear down over time.
Wear down. So you're giving him a role where he can still be effective. So I think and now you're putting De'Aaron Fox, superstar. Yeah, Devin Vassell, who's a beast. Harrison Barnes is still a solid role player, and Wemby. I mean, I feel like this is a team that can compete for at least the next 5 years.
They pretty much kept their the same. The Spurs kept pretty much the same team and just added.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't know how you think he could have won more with Sacramento. They were struggling.
You think Zach LaVine's going to be good there?
See, I think the thing about Zach LaVine being in Sacramento is it still gives them the chance to be competitive,
Right.
but they got it for nothing.
Yeah.
The Bulls got a first and 2 players that were struggling this year. I'm not going to name both of them, but for reasons I don't want to get in trouble. I will say Zach Collins was one of the players. But.
Right.
All right. Key players are tired of Jimmy Butler. I mean, I can understand this. I mean, Jimmy Butler's the drama queen at this point, you know.
Jimmy, why, man?
You don't want to go out like this. Yeah,
like, I feel like, you know, once you got understood that you wanted to be traded, you weren't happy, you know, you said whatever you got to say. All right, like, that's it, you know. But I think like the extra, you know, you heard about them waiting at the airport for like hours for him to show up just to not show, or him walking out of practice when they said they weren't going to start him. You know, that's like, you know, extra theatrics I don't think is necessary. Like if you just don't want to play, then just sit out, you know. But I feel like the others, you know, there's just a way to go about things. And it's understood that you want to get traded, and hopefully he does, you know.
There's a difference.
We can get Giannis.
What?
I'm just joking. But
he loves saying stuff, you know. He doesn't care about his digital footprint like I do.
Nah, it's all
I hope
good.
they get Giannis.
Yeah,
I hope so.
Listen, I'm taking cold takes only. I
like
Giannis.
Miami more than I like the Bucks.
You know?
I think Giannis would rather retire
than come to Miami?
No, than leave Milwaukee. He is obsessed with that town.
Yeah, I mean,
like
Milwaukee's Giannis town.
That's what I'm saying. If Giannis ever got traded, it would be, you know, he'd go to Chick-fil-A, get like 100-piece chicken nuggets and start crying. And just, you know, like, there's no way Giannis ever leaves Milwaukee. I mean, the only thing I could think of that's close to Giannis is like Dirk and Dallas, you know, it's like those cities don't exist without them, you know.
Yeah, but no, on a serious note, I think it's just a better way that Jimmy could have went about the situation.
Exactly. It's like, you know, there's no problem with requesting a trade. There's, you know, but there's a problem when you act immature about it, and that's pretty much what happened. So, you know, if he was a class act and requested a trade, no problems. You know, he did everything he could for Miami, and you guys, you know, obviously can't get upset with him because of what he's done for the franchise.
Absolutely. I mean, he brought us to 2 finals. I mean, he's poured it out to Miami.
So, yeah, it must hurt as a Miami fan because he does all this for you, and now it's starting to get a sour taste because of how he's leaving. You know?
Yeah.
It's not something you want to think about. You know, you want to have good happy times, you know.
Most definitely. I mean, what do you think about the Suns getting him? Because, you know, that was one of his preferred trade spots.
He's going to come to the Suns. I just hope we don't pay too much for him. You know, it's...
Who would you get rid of?
Well, we know what they're going to give. They just traded the 2031 first for 3 firsts. So it's probably going to be 3 firsts, and that's probably it. I mean, I guess they're going to probably do 3 firsts, Nurkic and Beal. And,
yeah. We'll probably get Bradley Beal in Miami. Yeah, I like that.
And Nurkic. And 3 firsts.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Doing all right, yeah.
You're getting, what, 5 times what they got for, at least 3 times what they got for Luka.
Yeah.
So, because the Suns love overpaying. They love it. They love it. They love it. I'm going to be honest here. I think LaMelo Ball was definitely snubbed.
1,000%.
You know, he was balling this year. I think it's a thing where it's age, where it's like he's 23 years old and they're like, wait your turn, buddy. But it's his turn. He's finally healthy, which we haven't seen. And you can't tell me. I mean, I personally would have I honestly think I'd put him above Darius Garland. Because Darius Garland, obviously the Cavs are a great team, right? But
you think they factored in winning?
Yes.
Since, you know, they're the worst,
even though Cade's in there,
team.
I still think they did. And the biggest thing is, right, that I think the biggest problem I have with this is, put it this way, imagine LaMelo was on the Cavs right now. Right? Now imagine if Darius Garland was on the Hornets. Then it's like, I would like
that.
That's
not as exciting, you know?
But that's as simple as it is for who should be the All-Star. Right?
I mean, LaMelo's, first in fan voting, third amongst, like, that's, the people want to see LaMelo hoop, you know?
Not even just the people, his peers.
Yeah. So I mean, he got, 28, 7, and 5. Yeah, that's all-star numbers if I've ever seen it. And then first place fan voting, like, I mean, the All-Star, you want views. Get the guy who's going to get you the views, you know? You see him on House of Highlights and Bleacher Report all the time. So, like, come on.
We're not even just talking like starter. We're talking about just the reserve.
Yeah, just on the
That's insane.
just a spot. Like,
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy to me. I feel awful for him because I mean it's harder like to replicate that.
Oh yeah.
Because I mean, if he didn't get it at 28 points, what's he got at 30? You know, it's like
he had average 40 and 15 assists. Like, yeah.
And I mean, what he's done for Charlotte, has been so tremendous, and to not get rewarded for it at all is, unfortunate. I mean, I know he probably doesn't care too much about individual accolades, more cares about his team and everything, but I mean, he still got.
You want to be an all-star.
Still want to be an all-star, and he earned it. He earned it, and he didn't get it, unfortunately. So, my condolences to you, LaMelo Ball. The Golden State Warriors are going to retire Andre Iguodala's jersey.
I got Iguodala.
Of course.
You got to make the reference.
The Martians got the
death beam on Earth. Yeah.
I hate to say it, as good as he is at hit game winners, it's not deserved. He was he was a moments player, right? He was a moments player. He had moments.
Exactly.
But for a team to retire your jersey, you have
the Finals MVP.
Yes, but it was a
with
moment.
4 rings.
How many? I mean, there was other play. I mean, how many?
There's going to be 4 guys retired from Steph, Clay, Draymond, Iguodala.
It's just that makes it seem too easy to get retired.
Bro, they're like the greatest team of all time.
That's literally like
they're literally the greatest team of all time.
But I mean, with their championship with KD, obviously you can't retire KD's jersey because he was only there for a short time.
Right.
But I mean, you can't say he didn't have an impact on that finals.
Oh, absolutely.
Exactly. I mean, what I'm trying to say here is Iguodala, never averaged 20 plus.
I wouldn't be surprised if they retired KD's jersey.
My God.
Not this. We already did this. We already did this a couple months ago.
This is ridiculous. Like, I don't understand. You understand? It should be very, 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 very hard to get your jersey retired. You should be like. It should be like.
But this is a dynasty. This isn't like
Put it this way.
Lightning in a bottle. Like this is 6 years of dominance.
I think it would make more sense if they retired like the dynasty where it's like the starting 5 or whatever. But like.
So Kate.
No, but I'm saying like not like a jersey retirement, but like
a team. Okay.
Because of what they did for the dynasty. But like for him solo, it just doesn't seem like he's that, great of a like when you think of all-time great Warriors, I think of Chris Mullin and obviously Stephen Curry, right? And even Clay.
Right.
Like those 3 I would say are all-time greats. But like it's just to me, it's like, do I really think that Andre Iguodala is up there just from his own playing ability and what he's done on the court? I don't know. Like I said, he has his moments, but I mean, like I said, I think it has to be more than moments. Like you have to be averaging like 30 points a game, being like the number 1 option on the team, putting the team on your back. It's just, was that him?
That wasn't his role though. His role was to come and be
his role
an
was
elite
a role
defender.
player.
Yeah, he's a great role player.
Do you think great role players should have their jersey retired?
And that dynasty situation, absolutely.
Was Gary Payton's jersey retired?
I don't think so, no.
I don't know. I
don't think Gary Payton, is Gary Payton even a Hall of Famer?
He should be.
It's close.
Let me fact check that.
I don't know.
I'm actually curious because this is a kind of similar situation, I feel. Like if we're talking about like, maybe they're not the best scorer.
Well, Gary Payton's also like the greatest defender of all time.
Yeah, he's in the Hall of Fame.
All right.
Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, you think Andre Iguodala's the greatest defender of all time?
No.
Well, you're saying they compare him
He's
to Gary
one of the
Payton.
best role players of all time.
Well, Gary Payton, you think Gary Payton's a role player?
No. But he definitely has his role, but it's not a role player.
No, but I'm just saying, like, you're saying they're comparable. So
I don't know. Like in terms of just like
defensive
retiring the jersey and just like the impact of them. I don't know. Because
like if I'm comparing role player, defensive player, I wouldn't go Gary Payton. I'd go more like it's gonna sound like Marcus Smart.
No, that's a reasonable take.
I don't think Marcus
but like
Smart's
he's not
No, that I'm not obviously not saying it should, but I'm saying you want to compare a role defensive player. First guy I think of is Marcus Smart, and obviously no chance he's ever getting his jersey retired.
I think both arguments have merit.
I'm just saying he has moments, and they're very thankful for those moments. But by himself, he is not a great player. He's not.
I think anywhere else he would not be retired. So I think that's fair.
Well, I'm saying.
I think it's only because he did what he did for a dynasty team.
Yeah, I think we can just
Like
So
if he had like
put it this
that
way.
same stat line and impact, like when he played for the Heat, like you know what I'm saying? Like they're not going to retire him. You know what I'm saying? Even though he did all right, but he did that for multiple championships.
All right, but what I'm saying here is, and this is the last thing I'm going to comment on this. I do not believe great moments make a great player. I think it's a ton of
How
great.
does that make
you have
sense?
to build more. You have to build great moments on great moments on great moments on great moments.
He has
in the whole
4
career.
championships. He built great
All right,
moments.
but they don't have. All right, just because he's the game winner doesn't mean he's the reason they won the championship. Yes, maybe they won the game, but they would have not made it to the finals without Curry, without KD,
Without a doubt.
without Clay.
But he had his role
You know, I'm
in
just-
each of those championships.
this way.
You know what I'm saying?
You put me on the court. You put you put me on the court, right?
Okay.
You put Jacob on the court.
Right.
We don't play any games in the entire season, right?
Okay.
Put us in the finals. Let's say we get a wide open shot. Somehow it goes in.
Okay. You did. That's your moment.
Yo, Zaza Pachulia for the
That's
the
what I'm
retirement?
saying. Like,
But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Where do we draw the line? Because he was great in a situation but it's not like he was great that season. He was, I mean,
It's multiple years though. It's not like it wasn't 1 year. It's like, oh yeah, I came in, did this, and now they're gonna retire.
Okay, so you're saying if someone just plays good when they need to be in clutch moments, but never in any other situations.
And win 4 championships? Yes, absolutely.
All right, we're never gonna agree on this. I don't think they won 4 championships because of him. Yes, he made the
No,
shot.
not solely because he fit what they needed and got it done.
But like he said, why not just? What's wrong with saying why not put Zaza in?
Causing
shout
the
out to
injury.
Zaza. Yeah, I mean, he took out my man Kawhi, but
Damn.
he did his job.
Would Kawhi be where he is today without that Zaza injury?
He'd be better.
He would be better and probably play more.
Yeah.
All right, you got to get the tiebreaker. You retire Iguodala's jersey.
If I was the owner of the Warriors, yes,
All right.
because my emotions would be very closely tied to him.
Well, no, that's not the point. Like, do you if you're not the owner of the Warriors?
If I'm not the owner,
Like,
of the
do you
Warriors,
think-
probably not.
Okay.
But it's close.
I'm not mad at it. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
it's not- I'm not-
like
I'm
they
not
retired
upset.
his jersey.
I'm not
It's like, all right.
I'm mad at it. All right, next segment here. I made this claim publicly on X, formerly Twitter. I believe the ACC is dead when it comes to college basketball. And why do I think that? Because of NIL. I think NIL has completely and utterly destroyed the ACC. I mean, we only have one ACC team in the top 25, and it's Duke, who's obviously always going to be in the top 25 because they're Duke. And 2, because, I mean, I don't even have them top 4 in conference right now. I think the Big Ten is above them. I think the SEC is obviously above them. The Big 12, obviously, and obviously the Big East.
Yeah, I mean, you could look at the net rankings. I mean, it's dominated by the Big 10, Big 12, and the SEC. I mean, in the top 50, there's only 3 ACC schools. You know, I don't know. But what do you mean by NIL? You think because the guys are getting paid or not getting paid, they're paying too much, they're paying the wrong people?
I mean, look what the Big Ten did. I mean, obviously Rutgers isn't doing well this year,
Right.
but they paid a bag for Dylan Harper. And the Big Ten has been very generous with NIL, even though they're not the greatest basketball history. I mean, and then SEC. I mean, SEC is the clear obvious thing here.
Yeah, they're definitely the best conference this year, in my opinion.
I mean, look what happened with Auburn. Just look at the portal. Look where the best players are going.
Yeah.
The best players went to Wisconsin. The best players went to Auburn, right? These are the schools they're going to. They're not going to the ACC, you know? I mean, if we're being honest here, when I was watching you guys play, I wasn't in awe from any player that you guys played at Syracuse. I was in awe from Georgetown with Sorber. That was the guy. He was in the Big East.
Right.
You know, it's like, and it's like, you know, I'm sorry to say this, KJ, but Boston College is just awful. I mean, they're so bad this year. It's crazy. I mean, their one win is against a coachless Miami team, you know, and Miami, I don't even have to even start with that.
Miami,
you know, we know what happened.
Dark times, yeah. Dark times for Miami.
And North Carolina's season's not even over, not even close to over, and they're already in double-digit losses. It's just, there's no reason for me to tune into a ACC game unless it's Duke. There's literally no other reason. And that's crazy because ACC used to own basketball.
Absolutely. Definitely used to dominate. I mean,
but isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
I mean,
Absurd.
you know, it's one of those thoughts you have at midnight, and I'm just like, I gotta tweet this. You know?
I gotta tweet the 1 a.m. thoughts.
Yeah, so I was like, the ACC has died. ... You know, it's crazy. They should put it like, I mean, I just don't see it coming back. You know, it just seems like everybody's just so far ahead right now.
Unless the checks get bigger.
But that's the thing. They've always been bad with checks.
Yeah.
That's the bad thing with the ACC.
Well, I mean, I think things are going to change next year because schools are going to be like paying guys directly. So,
well, put it this way. I mean, I know with Clemson football, the big thing that Dabo Swinney always praised himself about is 0 transfers.
Right.
So it's like they have this culture about it, you know? And I mean, it's going to kill them. It's going to kill them. I mean, look at the Big Ten. Michigan had that Jordan Poole season. And look at them now. They're back in the top 25.
Yeah.
Right? Purdue's always been a powerhouse, so we can't really talk about them. But then you have Illinois. You have Wisconsin. Like the Big Ten is slowly getting better and better. I mean, obviously they're not top 3.
Maryland's a good team.
Maryland's good too.
Oregon was top 10 for a while.
Yeah, I mean, and how about them Johnnies, man? How about them Johnnies? Absolutely taking over for the Big East. You know, looks like Rick Pitino was the answer for them.
Yeah, shout out my guy, RJ, man. St. John's.
Yeah, so they're killing it right now. I mean, they're first, and they just
10-1. Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest here. That's the biggest box office game of the season. Next game at the Garden against Marquette is going to be an absolute great game to watch. Yeah. And that's going to be a huge game, pretty much. I mean, I can't believe Marquette lost to UConn. UConn had a lot of people out. UConn had a big win. It seems like UConn is a team that's been experienced. You know, I was being a coach with Dan Hurley. That's been able to really play better down the stretch because they were struggling at the beginning of the year.
Yep.
So the Big East, you know, that's why they're so good, is because you have the team that's struggling in the early in the year, UConn. Like, you can't count UConn out, right? So you can't count UConn out. St. John's playing great. Marquette's playing great. There's, you know, it's been a conference this season where we've seen some pretty good basketball. And obviously Big 12 has obviously shined in basketball. And yeah, like you said, first SEC. So the craziest thing is, do you think there'll be ever a time ACC goes out of the Power 5? That's too crazy, right? That's too crazy.
That's just bad. Nah, I don't think there'll be a time they get out.
To be fair, the football is now a Power 4 because the Pac-12 doesn't exist.
Yeah.
So technically, do we consider, because the Pac-12 doesn't really exist, is it Power 4 now, right? Or is it Power 5? Because technically, is ACC not a Power 4 school now? Because the weird thing is, because the Big East doesn't exist in football, it's Power 4.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know if it's still Power 5 or if it's Power 4. It's probably still Power 5. They put ACC in there because you know. Yeah. But it's crazy to think about because, I mean, as crazy as it sounds, like, you guys could have won that series game. Like, that game.
Absolutely.
It was Absolutely. Like, you guys were coming back. I mean, I think at one point in the second half, like, it was getting closer.
Yeah, we brought it to like 6, I believe, in the second half.
Yeah, I mean, and then look at the Georgetown game. Like, I mean,
yeah,
I think
we're also missing DeMar and Byron for the Georgetown game too. So
that's true, but I do think Georgetown was a tougher team to play.
Yeah. I definitely think Georgetown was.
But I'm just saying, I think that gave you a taste of difference between the Big East and the ACC. And put it this way, Georgetown's like on the bottom of the Big East, so it would be cool to see how these bottom Big East or bottom SEC, Big 12 or Big 10 schools would have done in the ACC. Like, would they be top 3? Would they be top 2?
Right.
Like, you know, I think they would. I really do. I honestly think Rutgers would be way better off in the ACC. Like, I think Rutgers would be a tournament team in the ACC.
Really?
I mean, like I said, besides Duke, like, who are you scared of in the ACC?
Clemson? Scared of? I don't think. I mean, Clemson's doing well, 10-1 in conference play, but I mean,
the conference play. Well, how are they doing out of conference play?
Yeah, I know. 18-4 overall, so they're pretty good. But I mean, outside of that, yeah.
I'm just saying. I think that the top teams in the ACC are merchants from the ACC.
Right.
I mean, look at their. I mean, I guarantee at the end of this season they'll have more out of conference losses than in conference losses.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at it now. Everybody was pretty much 500 when you look at their non-conference, like going into conference play.
Exactly.
So,
and then if you look at Rutgers, it's the opposite.
yeah.
You lose all your conference games. So, yeah, ACC's dead. You heard it here first. Okay, yeah, my question is this. Do you think they should make a college basketball video game?
Absolutely.
What would it take from you?
What do you mean?
What do you want for it?
Money.
What do I want for it? Percent.
Yeah.
No way.
I need
That's
a percent.
insane.
I need a percent of all sales.
All right,
0.00001.
0.001%.
Yeah.
And that'll be like,
That's crazy.
they're going to make
You want
millions of dollars.
equity?
Hell, yeah. I don't just want to check off the top. I want percent.
Well, I feel
And
like
what if it's like a one and done kind of thing? Now, this is the only.
So you're saying this. If they say we have this offer and it's not equity,
Right.
you'll say, don't put me in the game. I hate this.
Nah, I'd still put myself.
'Cause I hate this.
I honestly, I got to be in the game.
Because how I think of it, no offense, is I think they're in the power of negotiating with this. Because, I mean, I don't think you have the same leverage as Cooper Flag or Dylan Harper.
No. Yeah.
So because of that,
I mean, yeah, I think in my situation at Albany, it's
that's what I think you just take what you can
gotta
have.
take what you can get.
Equities.
But if it was my choice, I need a percent.
Yeah, but I think what the offer would be, and I think you take it as like $50 in the game.
The $50 is crazy.
But that's what they gave for the college football.
Yeah, which is absurd because they made a lot of money off of that.
But it's the
game.
question is, will they make a lot off?
And there's a lot less basketball players than there are football players, so I feel like it should be.
Because there's no FCS for basketball.
That's
So there's a
right.
lot less teams. I mean, there's a lot. Like, I don't know if you know this, but I was playing like the old college basketball games. Albany's in all of them.
Yeah.
So they're in the game. You know? I was doing the dynasties, at Albany, doing my rebuild, getting my anger out.
Right.
Guys, did you know College Football 25 is the best-selling sports game in history, surpassing NBA 2K21?
To be fair,
I need a percent.
to be fair,
best
college basketball has no chance to beat college football.
No. I don't think it.
So I don't know if it's really great to compare.
I mean, I think the first year that they do a college basketball video,
It will
it's
sell,
gonna be.
but it's nothing
amazing,
like college
but-
football.
Nah,
I mean, like the atmosphere is nothing close.
Yeah.
The songs are nothing. It's just so I don't think you can compare the two. Will it do good? Yes, but like I said, will they do just as good without Justin Neely in the game? Probably.
I don't know. I'd wonder what my badges would be. I want to find that out. But
Who knows?
You probably have to click edit player. And
yeah,
put
I'm putting my sliders all the way up at 100.
I'm just saying, I think it'd be cool for you to play with yourself. I think you take
Pause.
Yeah, pause that. That was crazy.
Okay, all right, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I just think it'd be cool, to play with your player in the game.
Yeah, facts. Facts.
And like I said, the football players took $50 in the game.
Yeah.
And like I said, those players that took that deal, they're Power 4 players. And, with a decent amount of leverage, and they still, obviously you don't have Power 4, you also have like they're all FBS schools, so it's still, tough in itself. A lot less FBS schools than D1 basketball. There's a lot of basketball schools that don't even have a football program. So
Yeah. True.
like I said, I think there's still probably more basketball players, even though there's a lot less players on the team, just because how many teams there are. There's a lot of freaking teams in basketball.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
It's just crazy though, because I'm reading about College Football 25 and the early access that was $100. That alone sold 2.2 million copies, which makes $220 million.
Yeah, I needed my
Like-
percent. $50 is not gonna cut
hate
it.
And that was
Yeah.
that's
Yes,
just the
those
early
numbers
access
are
version.
crazy, right?
Yeah.
That has
And
nothing
who's
to do
the
with
cover?
This guy.
Who's the cover?
Justin Neely.
Oh my gosh, this
Oh,
Blaze is
absolutely.
insane.
Yeah. I'm definitely taking the.
It would be
cover
Cooper.
out,
It would
putting-
realistically be Cooper Flag.
probably Cooper Flag.
Now, honestly, I could see. He's doing great this year.
Johnny Broom.
But I think just to get them both on there, I think they would do Dylan Harper and Ace Bailey, even though they're not doing good as a team.
Yeah.
Just have both
Individual,
players on the cover. I think that would sell even better, because the craziest thing is, and I want to go to a game bad, right? And I can't believe how expensive their tickets are, because they're not good this year. They're one of the worst teams in the Big Ten, and their tickets are like $300 for the nosebleeds. So
That's crazy.
it's because of how big they're going to be like top 5 picks in the draft regardless. So
Yeah.
I even though they're not playing well, I think those would be the cover because they sell. You know, I mean, we saw in Dunk or Treat. I mean, all the kids were talking about Ace Bailey and Dylan Harper. You know, it's like that was like when we were going to high school, like the Zion and RJ. You know, that's what they are kind of like. Even though Duke was really good that year, and they're not. It's just the same kind of.
Oh no, you're right. There are more college basketball players than football players.
I mean,
yeah,
schools are just there's a lot of freaking schools.
Yeah,
I mean, LIU is D1.
Yeah, 358 versus. Yeah, there's way more schools. It's like 200 more schools for basketball than there is football.
There would have to be a limit then. I don't know.
I mean, like I said, LIU would be in the game.
Yeah.
LIU.
Who's you? That's the ultimate rebuild.
Anything's possible.
But that's what I'm saying. Like the fact that
State, like.
But that's what I'm saying. That's why I feel like it would be hard to get leverage because the people who are going to get the big checks, Cooper Flag, Ace Bailey, Broom.
Yeah, you got to be at one of those Power 5 schools,
or St. John's. You know, it's just like UConn. It's just I mean, like with college football, the money you said. No one's making money off of the right end from Tulsa, you know?
Yeah.
Sorry if you watch the podcast right end from Tulsa. But, like, we know the money in that game, you know, was coming from Ashton Genty, Travis Hunter, Stuart Sanders, Cam Ward, all of those kinds of players, Luther Bird. Like, the list can go on. But the point I'm trying to make here is I think take the $50 in the game, and then you could say that you're in a game, right? One. And two, would be pretty cool to get a face scan, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if they do that for every player, but and 3, I think it would be pretty cool to say you got the game for free. You know, I mean, even though it's not an expensive game,
I got it early before it came out.
That's true too. I don't know.
Early access.
But it is rumored to be happening, and I don't know if you guys know this, but it would be a collab between EA and 2K, which I don't think has ever happened.
Hey, if you don't have that many players, you need as much power together. Because that's a lot of people in the game.
That would be interesting.
And they got the money for it.
That's a lot of like arenas and gyms they have to like.
Yeah.
You know, for every school. That's
the thing. That's why it would be like a 2-year window, which is the fortunate thing because you'd be out of here.
Oh, I got 2 more years after this year.
Oh, I thought you were a junior.
I'm a
retro junior.
Yeah.
So you got
senior sophomore. I got 2 more years after this.
Wait, no. How did that work? No, because like
this guy's doing black magic to stay in the college.
I'm confused because if you're a redshirt junior, usually this would be the junior year, then you get the senior year.
Yeah.
And then he has a
year.
Well,
I'm a like redshirt sophomore, I think.
They might have had it wrong on the
they didn't know how to list me on the website.
Bro, so breaking the code. Wait, how did you get 2 years?
Because my first year, the sophomore year I got hurt, and then junior year I only played. There's like a certain amount of games that you can play before you get a red shirt. So I only played a few games in December.
So you could get a regular red shirt and then an injured red shirt?
I just continued it as an injured, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, like I was hurt the whole time. I was.
Wait, but like, so like, there's no limit on it? Like, what, someone's hurt for 3 years, they just come back with 4 years of eligibility?
Hey, you don't make the rules.
Hey, brother.
So injury red shirts don't expire until you come back?
Until you get cleared, yeah.
Wow.
Well, until you get cleared and you play, yeah. So.
Well, and play a certain amount of games.
Yeah, a certain amount of games. So.
You get lucked out with that.
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah, so.
He's gonna be you'll be a senior in the last, and then college basketball come out. Living the dream.
I got another 2 years after this year, so
Jeez.
Hopefully I can make the video game.
But that's actually very important for you because I mean you're pretty much doubling everything from your freshman year.
Yeah.
And you were, all freshman team.
Yeah.
So to do these numbers as a sophomore.
Yeah.
You're gonna definitely have an edge over, especially because you're technically a big man.
Yeah.
So I feel like age is
hybrid guy.
Yeah.
But I feel like age is a big thing for big men because it's like physicality. I feel like sometimes depends who you are because sometimes your body goes. But okay, let's know. All right, last segment. This is the easiest answer for me? Should JG Toppin have been ejected? No. That was ridiculous.
Insane call.
4 minutes in the game. Best player, best rebounder, best scorer against the number 6 Houston. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
You got to let it ride.
I honestly think this is going to sound crazy. Common foul, yes. But I wouldn't have even been mad if they didn't call anything.
Really?
It wasn't intentional, and it was, a leg out thing. I definitely could have seen that being not called. Do you think it would be a terrible miscall if they didn't call anything?
Nah, he kicked the man in his
Right.
in his private area. You got to get a foul for that. Flagrant 2 is a little excessive.
No, obviously a flagrant too. I think
but-
it's a foul, like I said, but I didn't think it was a major foul. Definitely not. Definitely not to kick the best player of the game. And like we've been saying on this podcast, you have to know when you're gonna have to give a player a little bit of leeway. Right?
Yeah. I mean,
Like-
some guys you don't want to foul out of a game, or
And to take out of the game, not from fouls, but from one foul that was obviously not intentional. You know, it was clear that it was just from the pass. And to kick out the best player, I really want to see repercussion on these refs. No, seriously, because
find the refs or something.
well, they don't got. I don't know if they have enough money to be fined. But like, I genuinely think like they should have to go through like
some training.
Well, like you know, like how if you get like points for your license, you have to do one of those courses.
Yeah.
They got to do one of those courses as refs because
How to ref course.
Or, I mean, maybe steal something out of the NHL's book because if an NHL ref, let's say, calls a no goal, then the people in Toronto could say, no, that's a goal. And then they change it.
Oh, the people?
Yeah, the people.
The higher ups?
They're like the
big
they're
dogs.
they're the NHL gods because no one ever sees them. No one ever
Right.
hears of them.
Oh, they're
just-
literally just like.
But they're just like, nah, not rocking with
We
that.
just-
Okay. The council.
They call the refs and the refs say, all right, Toronto's
Yeah.
calling. This is the decision. Because no, I think honestly, don't do with fouls, obviously, but with ejections, I wouldn't be mad if they had some kind of committee to be like, no, you can't do that. Because I mean, like,
That'd be interesting to see.
I just think it shouldn't be allowed. I mean, put it this way: let's say it's March Madness Final Four. You can't take Cooper Cup. You can't take Cooper Flag out in the first 2 minutes of the game.
Yeah, nah.
Right? Like it's just these are just obvious things. The first 4 minutes, and it wasn't even intentional. These texts, man, happened at Albany game too.
Yeah. Byron got a tech for celebrating, pointing at the bench.
That's crazy. It's crazy, man. They're really getting kind of annoying about these texts. I don't know where they come from. I'm thinking maybe it's something in the water. All right, on to the games. All right, let's see if you're helpful for this one.
Okay.
Guess the team name of the college. All D1. Evansville.
I don't know, bro.
Go tell me.
That's a place?
Yeah, I don't even know.
Bro, the United States of America is
I feel like
huge.
D1 basketball players should know like off the dome, like all of the D1 basketball.
Evansville Utes.
All right, this one I think is an easy one.
I'm listening.
This is the one I knew.
Okay.
Fairfield. Because I just knew because Quinnipiac, it's a pretty big conference, I think they're still in the Metro, right?
I don't know.
See, what I was trying to say.
I know nothing.
Crickets.
Really?
I know the
Crickets.
Albany Great Danes.
Crickets. This is gonna be a rough segment.
I hate to
Let
say
me hear it.
the stats.
TikTok, please. 0 for 2 right now. Go ahead. Keep going.
Stags.
Stags. Yeah.
I hate to say
I'm
it.
guessing
If
that.
I didn't go to Albany and I wasn't in New York, there's a better chance I'd know the Fairfield Stags than the Albany Great Danes.
I didn't know Albany was a place.
Stags?
What are you, Sheldon? Sheldon said the same
I
thing.
couldn't be any more serious.
But
I
that's
didn't.
what I'm saying.
Until I
Fairfield,
got
I think, is a
offered, I
little
was
bit
like-
of a more known program because they play, with Iona
Right.
and Quinnipiac and
Yeah.
that. All right,
0 for 2.
Monmouth. No. That's not on the list. That's not on the list. That's too easy. It's the Mammoths. I knew that.
Oh yeah.
That's very.
My
easy.
cousin actually played at Monmouth. Played football there.
I actually
Some-
really like Monmouth. I've always
Yeah.
liked Monmouth. Indiana State. I didn't know this one actually.
Indiana.
So did you just choose the hardest game?
That's
of all
what I'm
time?
saying. This is.
Put it this way. His job is to play D1 basketball.
Yeah, but I'm not thinking about Indiana
I'm a
State or
YouTuber.
Fairfield.
I'm a YouTuber, bro. I don't know every YouTuber.
You can't 200 colleges to
Yeah, even I can't name like the top 100, best YouTubers, bro. Like, dude, it's hard.
Also, if we were doing YouTube, would you be a D1 YouTuber?
No, I'm D3, bro.
But like this guy's D1 basketball player, top
I'm
200.
trying to think. I'm just thinking of.
Like, do I think Mr. B should know the top 100? Probably.
I don't even think he would. Because you're so focused on what you're doing in your own little sector.
Well,
Yeah,
also,
like, you're not really,
YouTube doesn't really count because you're not like trying to join the other YouTubers. Like with him, it's like you want to know the other program, see if you want to go there.
Yeah,
I'm not saying you are, obviously. This is not what I'm saying. All I'm saying is I feel like in high school, you should know as many D1 programs as you can.
Okay.
Right?
Probably.
Yeah.
But
All right.
we don't.
Did you look it up?
I did. 100%. I never would have given the sycamores. Come on,
Brother,
Bishop
named after a
Sycamore.
tree.
Well, I was thinking of Bishop Sycamore, the fake high school.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah, that's good. But go ahead, next one. 0 for 3.
This one I thought was the second easiest one. Niagara.
You know what's crazy?
It's the same conference. You're really bad with this conference.
Waterfalls.
You know what's crazy? One of my friends plays for Niagara.
Oh, you gotta send him the clip.
Yeah, I might have to.
No, that's
Shout
bad.
out to my boy James.
You don't think that's bad? His friend goes there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of bad.
Yeah.
But I know Niagara. I just don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I've never been to Niagara.
Put it this
fan.
way:
Like,
you should know Niagara. It's in the metro. It's in the MAAC.
Crickets.
That's-
0 for 4. Next question.
Yeah.
Presbyterian.
Justin Neely goes 0 for 10.
Presbyterians.
Presbyterian. It's Presbyterian, right?
Presbyterian.
No, yeah, it is. I just remembered. But like,
Justin Neely goes 0 for 10 on college names.
dude, these names kind of suck. I think the Great
D1
Danes are the best.
D1 basketball player.
He's like Clyde that one night, you know.
Yeah. 0 for 5. Next question.
Next question.
St. Louis. Wait. Yeah,
St. Louis.
Yeah. St. Louis is a good school. They've been really good at home, like career-wise. And it's the same.
I'm staring at their mascot. It's
Yeah. You know the mascot, right? The white and
the white Billikens, right? No, not the Billikens. That's crazy. Is it? Not the
I'll give it to you. It's the Billikens. Yeah.
Billikens. Yeah.
Billikens,
Shout out to
yeah.
my boy Mark High played for St.
Damn
Louis.
it, I want to go.
All right, he got one.
One for what? 6?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's keep it pushing. Cooking.
I think I remember from.
Yeah, it's a Billiken. Yeah, come on, man, mess with me.
No, I knew that one. It's the next one. I want to make sure because
Yeah, you got to look it up. I'm definitely getting
No,
this wrong.
I knew it. I knew it,
Okay.
but I never verified it. So
Okay,
I just want to make
okay.
sure I was right.
All right, word.
Damn, I could have done. I could have beat him. That would have been such a cool clickbait.
Yeah.
College kid beats D1 basketball player in ball knowledge. Messed up.
Okay.
All right, Stetson.
Clickbait. Mad Hatters.
I'll give it to you. They're not the Mad Hatters.
The Hatters.
Yeah. See, yeah, that was not a hard one.
I
Well,
feel
I'm
like-
from Florida, so it's different.
Yeah.
If I wasn't from Florida, I wouldn't know that. You know what I'm saying?
Elite college ball knowledge.
Elite.
Here.
Yeah.
Same. All right.
So
VMI.
They're my third offense. Yeah. VMI. Next question. 2 for 8.
Yes.
It's cadets. I thought that was not that hard.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah. 2 for 8. Here we go.
This one's hard. Chicago State. I've never seen a Chicago State game in my life. I'll be honest with that.
Cougars.
Ooh.
Shout out to my boys. Well, they transferred now, but Jay Sean, Wes, AJ, JJ.
Damn,
I had 4 teammates who went to Chicago State. And Trey wasn't that not Trey Donaldson? That plays for UMBC, number 23. He also went to Chicago State.
with the dread, the afro.
Yeah, he also went to Chicago State. He's from Florida
No,
too.
I can't know his name.
Yeah,
He's like
his
he's the best player.
His name's Trey. Yeah, he's a leading scorer in the.
Yeah,
Northeast.
that's what I'm saying. I can't believe
Florida man.
Wait.
but, you know, we did.
I don't think anymore. I think Tariq Francis took it over.
Oh really?
I think he's 18.1 now.
Uh,
That might have been it. Yeah. Yeah, I think he took it over. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. But
that's a pull.
Yeah. The
3
Duke
for
Devils.
9.
The Duke Blue Devils next, please.
well, there's another Blue Devils. You know that one?
No.
No, let's not ask that question.
You don't know it either?
Nope.
Where are they getting in there?
No.
What team is the Blue Devils?
3 for 9. Next question.
I thought that was an easy one. So no. I'm curious. Who are the Blue Devils that aren't Duke?
I don't know. Probably somewhere like
Wyoming.
yeah, like
The Wyoming
North Dakota.
State Tech
Yeah.
You
Blue
don't
Devils. No idea.
know? Central Connecticut.
Oh, I knew
And
that.
that's
Oh,
not.
obviously.
Yeah,
That's
come
not even on the list.
That was on my next. That was my next.
That was on the
guess.
list.
What?
That was on the list.
No. I
Yeah.
thought it was too easy.
Yeah, that was my next guess. But
Clearly, it wasn't too easy.
I guess
Yeah.
not. All right. Now you're what? 2 for 9?
yeah, 2 for 9. Last one here.
Wait, no, 2 for 10.
We're not gonna count that one.
Wow. All right. You know,
Keep my percentages up.
last one is Stonehill.
Bruh.
2 for 10. Yep, it's over. Wrap it up.
Or
Wrap
2
it
for
up.
11. You know what's the craziest thing? I had a
2 for 10.
tiebreaker in case you got them all right.
Yeah. What was the tiebreaker? If I get that right, all of them
Deal.
cancel out. All of them cancel out, and you know.
All right. Who won the national championship? 1990.
Yeah. Yo. This is outrageous.
Just like, I don't know,
Can I get a conference?
Mountain West?
I'm pulling up the Mountain West real
He
quick.
doesn't even know the Mountain West.
There's a lot of teams.
Yeah.
Oh, Justin. Oh, my
Yo, stop
gosh.
hating,
You're losing
man.
so many points here.
It's all right, man. It's
Mountain
not
West
easy.
is a very good conference.
UNLV.
There you go. Did you look it up or just say Mountain West?
No, I just looked up Mountain
All right.
West.
Yeah, there you
Get
go.
outta here. So 10 for 10.
Yeah.
Thank you for tuning in.
Guess the NBA player.
Now this is something I can do.
Yeah.
Current.
Yep.
Oh, it's over. I already won.
All right. You know what? All right.
No.
He's
That's
that
a-
confident.
yeah.
You guys are going against each other.
All right,
Okay.
that's cool.
Okay.
Yeah, he got this one. Go ahead. I'm
We take
listening.
turns or like?
Yeah. You go for it. No,
Or unless I know it, then I'm going to cut you off and say the answer.
That's fine.
Is he in the Eastern Conference?
no. Wait. Sorry. Yes.
Is he on a playoff contending team?
Contending. Yeah.
Wait, so does he just get to get at?
Yeah.
you
He
can
gets
go-
two
my fault.
questions. He
All
kind of
right,
just.
You go ahead. My bad.
You got excited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this player on a top 5 seed?
Yeah.
Jalen Brunson.
No.
Okay.
Does he play for the Knicks?
No. Stop doing double questions.
That wasn't
Go.
I mean.
Are you Jalen Brunson?
Yeah,
No,
that was
go.
my
You get
guess.
2 questions. No, you get 3 penalties.
I actually do get 3. I get 3 questions. All right. Is this player on the Bucks?
No. I don't know why you're guessing teams. There's so many other questions you can ask.
Well, if I have 3 extra questions,
All right, keep going.
is this player on the Heat?
No.
Yeah. Is this player a point guard?
No.
Is he an All-Star?
This year?
Yeah.
I would say definitely not.
Okay.
He doesn't deserve it.
Doesn't deserve it.
Yeah, no.
Damn.
But like, it's one of those where if like they did give him it, it's because of. I'm not gonna say anything else.
Is this a starter?
1 second. Let me make sure. I said I don't think so, and he's not. Good, I was right.
Is this a starter?
1 second. 1 second. He is a starter. And second off, I don't know why you guessed the Heat.
Bro, I'd be forgetting the seeds, bro.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was like, there's no way Heat are top 5. All right.
6.
It's All right, go. Your turn.
He plays in Cleveland.
No. You guys, you know what the thing is? You guys copy each other's questions.
No,
There's-
that question kind of sucked because he said he was somewhere on like the lower
said-
end of top 5 and the Cavs are 1.
But that's, I don't know, maybe it could be tricking you. You know, I didn't, that's not an official answer. I
Yeah,
have to
he's
give.
he's definitely a top tier
You're
bamboozler.
evil, bro.
So
No, but that's fair. I will say, I can't believe you've guessed position once. I don't know how you've guessed position once. Or like,
Is
I
he
don't
a
know,
big man?
colleges, or there's so many other things you could ask. Like I got this
Doesn't
guy's autobiography on this paper, and
he a
I'm
big
using
man?
none of it.
Is he a big man?
No.
Jalen Brown. Oh wait, he wasn't an All-Star. My bad.
Come on.
Bad take.
That was a
Bad
bit
question.
of a waste.
Yeah.
Wait, what you
Wasted
say?
question. I said Jalen Brown.
Okay.
He's
Yeah,
All-Star.
all right.
Yeah.
Is this player known for his scoring?
No.
Derek White.
You guys are so bad.
Dude, it's not the Celtics. I don't think it's the Celtics. bro.
There's so many other things. You guys don't know this guy's college. You don't know what year he was drafted, or if he was when he was drafted.
Right.
Like,
Okay.
it's just-
Okay. We're working on
I
it.
would smoke all of you.
I'm new to these games, bro. I'm new to these games.
But you know what I'm trying
Yeah,
to say?
and I'm
like,
just not good at them.
even
So.
if you get the team,
Right.
it's still gonna be like 5 guesses away unless you get it good lucky.
All
Okay. What year was this player drafted?
But this is yes or no questions here.
Oh, well.
right. Was he drafted in the last 5 years?
Well, who has the
Okay,
question?
I'll ask that
Okay.
question. Was he drafted in the last 5 years?
No. There's a lot of no's in this game. Swing and a miss. There's one question I can't believe you haven't asked.
What is the player's name?
no. Tyrese Halliburton.
There we go. Wait, there we go.
As you got excited and that was.
Wait, it's not him. Sorry.
So he plays.
You don't even know what you don't even know. Player. So he's on the Pacers.
He plays
Wait,
on the
I
Pacers.
will say he is a big man. I'm sorry.
Bro.
I forgot the paper.
Miles Turner.
Hey.
No.
What?
I would say Miles Turner's.
You get the layup here.
Okay.
Because I got excited.
He gets twice in a row, so I get two guesses now.
You got a lock here. I'm sorry about how.
Neesmith?
What?
I said he was a big man.
Wait,
This is an all-time sell.
How tall is Neesmith? I thought he was pretty tall.
He said, "Wait, oops."
How tall? What is a big man?
Neesmith is not a big man.
No, he's not. He's a shooting guard.
Yo, get this
Why are
one
you
wrong.
looking at the computer?
Get this one
I'm
wrong.
looking at the audio recording.
Okay, I'm just making sure. But he's got ChatGPT.
God, I don't watch the Pacers, so this
This is not a hard guess. I don't think.
I'm ready. I have my answer ready. I feel I'm.
It's an easy answer.
Yeah, I feel like
It's only one other option.
right. There's only one other option.
All right, I'll give it to him then.
Pascal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How
First
did you-
try. Clip it.
I have to make the host look good.
No, I don't think you knew.
Well, I'm not going to sit here.
Bro. I just went too.
I would have eventually gotten to Pascal, but I'm not going to spend all that
But
time.
he said Miles Turner. They only could have been Pascal.
Yeah. I mean, those are only two. Obi Toppin.
Well, I think I was slightly skeptical.
Obi Toppin.
I was skeptical of Pascal because he's not known for his scoring,
No.
but like he's a good scorer. So like,
no,
He's known
not.
for his spin move.
He's like put it this way, right? I said he's a big man because I don't know why I think Halliburton, but then on paper. But every other answer was by far the right answer. He was an all-star. You know, he was in the East, top 5 seed.
Pascal
so
Siakam was never an all-star.
Well, no, he was, but
Yeah,
not
he
this
was
year.
with
Not this year.
Toronto.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
the question
Yeah.
was, is he an all-star?
This year.
Is
So that
he
means
an
this
all-star?
year.
Right.
Who is the only NBA team to not change their logo?
The Heat.
You said the Heat?
Yeah. Heat.
Hope you're wrong. Go.
Really?
One team, 1966.
and this counts as even a minor change in design. So not like, so it's like literally the same exact.
They didn't
logo.
change their logo.
Okay.
Could they have changed the paint they used to make the logo?
Not because I was asking like the 76ers I know aren't the answer, but like
No. They've changed their logo.
Yeah.
They changed
Yeah.
it.
You'd be really annoying if you said they changed their logo to this team. Because it would be like the smallest difference ever.
Oh.
You know it? I can't believe I thought it was an easy one too.
Yeah.
Because they're so iconic for the logo.
Yeah. Very iconic.
Don't kid, stop saying it. It's an easy guess.
Very iconic.
Stop. Go. Guess.
Iconic.
Stop
The
saying
Celtics.
it. Oh my gosh. It's not the Celtics. You don't know? You know.
The Bulls, right?
Yeah. I thought it was an easy one.
That was
The Celtics were not.
wait. Oh my god.
Because the Celtics, the problem with the Celtics is they've been around for so long. Obviously, have to have a new logo.
But I thought the logo was the same the whole time.
Because they didn't have the ring.
I was skeptical
Yeah.
about
Before.
the Bulls. Like it was, the Bulls were the first thing that came to
Bulls.
mind, and I'm like, it looks too new. So I just said no.
But the Bulls have always had the bull.
Yeah.
I can't believe you both missed that. I thought that was the easier one.
Yeah.
Well, I would have got on the second guess because it was between two
But
teams.
that's
but
why I said one guess. I mean, it's not like rocket science here.
it isn't rocket science.